If you can play with both feet, there's a good chance you're going to get an advantage over your opponent. And this is even more so the case for attackers. Should attacking players be able to go both ways and make the most of their opportunities, cutting inside to shoot, or maybe going on the outside to beat their opponent and potentially get a cross, or maybe another shot away and on target. Attacking players that can play with both feet are much less predictable, making it much more harder for the defender to predict their next movement, leaving the defender doubting what the attacker will do next. Will they go to the right? Will they go to the left? It makes it a hard, tricky choice for the defender. So this can cause that player to drop off so they have a better chance of reading the movement so that they don't fall for the drops of the shoulder or the change of the direction that the attacker may make. Dropping off creates space for the defender, but it also creates space for the attacker, giving that player more chance to shift the ball onto their other foot and get away a shot on goal, which is going to lead to more opportunities to score and hopefully add to that goal scoring tally. Which is something that all of the top players like Kane and Haaland are able to do, giving themselves opportunity to score from more different options. And if we take a look at the top scorers in the Premier League so far, we can see that it's quite common that they score goals with both feet, Son from Spurs being the major one. Playing in the wide areas requires Son to be able to move the ball onto either foot, and this is great because it gives him the opportunity to create space for the shot on either side of the defender. But typically a defender wants to combat this and make the play predictable, forcing the attacker away from goal where they can do less harm. A good attacker that is confident on both feet will have the opportunity and the ability to drop their shoulder and cut inside. Doing this is going to force the defensive player into a different position, making sure that they try and step back to protect this inside area, but it could potentially put their weight on their heels. And stepping back, putting weight on their heels, gives the attacker the green light to potentially cut inside or go on the outside. It creates space, giving them the chance to burst into it, past the defender, and then to potentially get through on goal, where now they have the chance to finish. And the ability to use both feet will give them much greater chance of hitting the back of the net. Stability on both feet brings great unpredictability, which makes the defender have a much harder time against these attacking players. If the attacking player is always predictable and looks to shoot on their strong foot, the defender will be able to read it, forcing them into a position on their weaker side, potentially away from goal, which is going to give that attacking player a much harder chance to get their shot away and obviously then go and score. So that player who is predictable will look to try and shift the ball onto their stronger foot more often. And our player here is looking at trying to cut inside onto their right foot. But the defender will know that they're right-footed and they do this regularly. So instead they'll drop off and force them into a position that is wider on their left side, which will potentially allow the defensive player to step across, get their body in the way and block the shot, making it much harder for the attacker to have an effect on the goals and the game. But if the attacker is comfortable cutting in onto his right foot and also moving out onto their left foot, there's going to be much more opportunity. The defender doesn't know which way they are going to go, and that causes some hesitancy, allowing that attacking player to have options either side of the defender, rather than just one side, giving them more chance of getting past them. And this is what Lionel Messi has done brilliantly over the years. He is predominantly left-footed, but defenders know that he's comfortable in taking a shot on his right, and this is where it's tricky for them. Do they force Messi down on the right-hand side where he can get a goal, or put him onto his excellent left foot? And this is really difficult for a defender. And someone at the moment who is excellent at this is Manchester City's Riyad Mahrez. He wants to get on his left foot and drive inside, striking on goal. So the defender will try and block off that area and force him towards the touchline or away from goal. But Mahrez is fantastic at getting on the ball on his right foot and shooting with that as well, allowing him to beat players and get shots on goal no matter what side the ball is on. And if we take a look at some of the great players of the last 30 years or so, the Ronaldos, the Rauls, the Batistutas and the Romarios, they are all able, or were able, to get shots away on both feet. It creates more opportunities, makes the defender have a much more difficult time, and will get the attacking player many more goals. If you're an attacking player, make sure to work on being able to use both feet. It's only going to give you more opportunities to get shots away and to score more goals. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe for more player development.